Hey guys, I'm Mike Smith with No Shortcuts. Just wanted to come by today and tell you guys, tell all you dads out there that you're a good father. If you're doing everything to keep the lights on or being a part of your kids' lives, soccer, football, baseball, BJJ, whatever it may be, every single day of their lives, you're a good father. I know you don't get to hear it enough, and I just wanted to come on here and to let you know that you are. And I'm just thinking about it. I got some things going on this week. A couple episodes have been talking about being uh, uh, a soldier in the garden or improving our lives. And I said that I'm going to sign up to take a gym class, and I'm going to take an everyday carry class so that I can carry as well. Well, guess what? Let me get this. I'm a little thirsty. This is not a sponsorship. I just so happen to like it. Um, it's that I signed up for the gun class, and it's pretty wild. I'm nervous. Starts tomorrow. It's a private class. He asked me. I called him up and I asked him. I said, "Hey, what do I need to bring?" He said, "Bring a notepad, pen, a gun." And he explained to me how to carry it in my vehicle so that we can use it. Because I had no clue, and everything I thought about carrying it, I was wrong. I didn't even ask him. He was telling me how to do it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it like this. No, I'm not gonna do it like this because he was telling me they have to be separate where I live in my state of Maryland and how it has to be carried. So I have to take those precautions as well. He was like, bring 2 mags and let's have some fun. And I was like, well, I don't even know what to get. I have no clue. And he was like, all right, well, just go and get some uh, range rounds. I guess they're the cheapest. I don't know. I just got them. And then I got this. I got these here. I gotta do 2 and fill these up and take my range gun with me. It's a Glock 17 Gen 4. I like it. Good size, good home defense. Not everyday carry. It's just too damn big. So, but it's to take to the range, get some accuracy, have some fun, and I'm excited about it. I wanted to let you guys know that I'm keeping on track with that as well. Um, gym class will come next. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. But I don't want to get off topic. I don't want to get off topic. But I want to let you guys know tomorrow, man, it's on. I'm gonna go take my test. I mean, start my class right after work. I'm gonna head over there and learn some stuff. I guess I'll just start writing stuff down and take notes because there's tests, things involved, and uh, paperwork that needs to be filled out. And cool. Well, let's get back to topic real quick here. Oh yeah. I also asked him if I could bring these along with me. Okay, I made a mistake when I bought these things. I knew it said Blaze Orange. I'm an orange guy. I don't know if you could tell that. It said Blaze Orange. And I was like, cool, I'll get those. I like orange. I like it a lot. But Blaze Orange is Hunter Orange. I'm not even a hunter. So I'm really going to stand out at the range when I take these really bright headsets with me here. These earmuffs. And yeah. So he told me I didn't have to bring these because he has some for me and some protection wear. Just I think I'm gonna that's nobody's gonna see me right now. It's just gonna be me and him. But I'm gonna do what he says and use his. Um prefer to wear my own. I might just bring them anyway. It's like I don't know. I don't like using other people's headsets. I could just because I've played around with radio before and I like to have my own. Just kind of reminds me of wearing someone else's shoes. Or, okay, so it's not my best thing to do, but I'm going with it. So I got my gun I have already had, um, and I get to follow all my paperwork and go through the whole entire process. I had the gun in the house for a while, and I was really nervous about it because I wasn't sure what to do with it. So the whole time that it's been in the house, it's been unloaded. There's nothing in the mags, nothing. I got 3 mags. Oh, and I'm thinking it's loaded the whole time, and I'm like, "I'm not sure I gotta unload this thing. I'm not really sure what I should do with this." The whole time it was not loaded. So I'm gonna bring that tomorrow. Ooh, yeah, figure this out. Bring that and, have some fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Lots of fun. Let's get back to subject. So, you're a good father. To all the dads out there, I just want to share my perspective for you and to encourage you, maybe to share uh, some things that you and I have through together, or just share mine that when it's your turn, the might bring back a memory of this conversation that we've had, and that may go, I remember that. Um, I don't want to discourage anyone who doesn't have a father, a child, not to listen to this. I encourage you to listen to it and just hear from my perspective. We can sit back and relax with each other here and have some fun on no shortcuts. Um, I got 3 kids, 2 boys, the older, and then my daughter, she's the youngest out of them. So I really enjoyed when my sons, Michael and Jack, were little. Michael is now married and 26. My son Jack is 24. And my daughter Allison is 17 going on 30. For those who understand what I meant by that, you got it. All right, that's a learning process in itself with the young ladies. When the boys used to play, they would interact with others playing with imaginary characters that they would come up with. And I would hear them playing, and they would sit in the living room on the floor, playing alone a lot of times, one on one, and sometimes together. Uh, and and they just wanted me to acknowledge that they were playing with their cars or their GI Joe or whatever they had, just kind of like, you know, they got the greatest toys ever. Look at what I got, and just kind of, and they would play, and they would just in their own world, whatever it was just them. And it was so cool because you didn't have to get in their way because they were already in it. And if you wanted to be a part of it, it was like, okay. But there were times where I was like, hey, I don't really need you here right now. I'm good. I got my whole GI Joe crew here, pal. I don't need you here. So I would watch the boys from the living room, and right on the floor, right by my feet, they would be playing, and I enjoyed it tremendously. But in my house, there's no one who had a better imagination than Allison. We call her Allie. Um, Allison had a great imagination. She would be in her room playing with her dolls or playing with her toys. And I would stand outside her room and just love to listen to her imagination. She would be in another world talking away to her toys. And I wanted to be in that world with her to see what she was talking about and try to see what she saw as she was playing. It was so great. She was so loud. But there's one thing about little girls that little boys aren't like this, at least they're not in my house. And that was my daughter would want me to come down to the floor and play with her. And I'd get down on my hands and knees and lay on my stomach or sit there with her, and we would not play tea, but we'd play with her dolls, we'd play with her stuffed animals or whatever it was. But see, she was in control of the imagination. My sons, I could change it sometimes. We could change the narrative of what we were doing, and we could change it like, yeah, G.I. Joe, now he's a good guy. Okay, now I'm gonna take this car over here, and who's gonna be the bad guy? And they'd be like, yeah. And I go, I'm gonna go get the car over here. It's gonna be his bad car. I'd be like, yeah. And then we have this whole thing going on. But with my daughter, it was, you stay on track with me, Daddy. You just stay with me, and we will have fun. And you stay in these parameters with Allison and you go along and everything was great. That was the way it worked, and it worked for her all the time. And I loved it because I had to follow Allison's rules. I had to follow the way she saw it. And it was great. As they got older, we had to learn the next parts of our children as they grow, because as they were growing, we were growing with them, learning how to be parents, learning the new attitudes that they learned from school or friends, and the new way you were talked to you. Um, and I would have a really great time to come up with new dad jokes. Kids loved it. My wife hates them, but my kids thought they were okay. Not annoying. Thought they were okay, and I liked it. I couldn't wait to have dad jokes. Kind of gave me a pass to use horrible jokes. Um, Excuse me, the drink. But the thing is that as they were growing, you're navigating through these kids and their lives as the father with them. And you wondered at times, did you make the right call on how you corrected an issue, or did you go too far, or did you approach it? Um, your kids, you could have a child that could hold a grudge, but you always have the one that just found a way to let it go. And you'd have another one who her heart was on her sleeves. And you could hurt that person's feelings very quickly, no matter what you would say. And you had to find a way to be able to work with each one individually to build relationships and to be able to be constructive with them and to be able be to help them grow, and also um, to know your boundaries together. But for those fathers that are out there that go through these daily decisions, and sometimes we just sit back and we wonder if we were doing a good job. I just want to let you know you're a good father. You are. You're a good father. Keeping the lights on, working every day, putting food on the table, loving your wife and showing your kids that you love your wife, loving your children and they know you love them, even though if you're not perfect, even though that we stumble and fall, but they can see that and we get back up. And understanding that it's very important as a father in our roles and what we do. And I'm taking these courses for myself to be a better man. And I spoke about it before in the past of being a soldier in the garden. It's better to be able to be a soldier in the garden and prepared to fight than taking a gardener into war who has no idea. I wanted to do this to be able to defend my home. And it's a personal thing for me. I think it's personal growth, and I want to do this. And I want to share that with you. But being a father is a thankless job. It really is. And we signed up for this. We know we signed up for this. Because as soon as you'll find out really quick that for as a father, we don't ask for the attaboys or anything else of the validations of what we are. Um, we come from all kinds of backgrounds, and I understand that. Some of us had mothers and fathers, had big families and grew up in some single families, some divorced but had both in their lives, some just had one, some had grandparents, some in foster care. Um, so we all come from different walks, different culture, different ideas, but we're fathers. And we all have the same thing in common. We love our children. We love our family. And there's nothing that we would do. There's nothing that we wouldn't do to protect them. And we hope and pray that our children understand the same thing, that how much they mean to us. And we try to be able to make sure that they understand that they are number one in our lives. And we put ourselves on the back burner. And as men, we should lift each other up. And today, again, I want to just say it again to you. You're a good father. Yeah, your children love you. Your wife loves you. Your family loves you. And we can only do the best that we can. We do the best that we can every day, because every day is a new day with raising children. Even I got a 26-year-old and 24. there are still things that go on now that now I have to adjust the way I talk to them. Now I have to adjust how I'm gonna say it to a married man about his wife. I've been married 30 years. And so, in Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. And I really wanted to bring that in here, but to say this for you that it's true. Every season, there's a season in our lives with our children and our wives, but particularly with our children. We're going to go through them. We're going to go through the good seasons. We're going to go through the bad seasons. We're going to have good memories. We're going to have bad memories. We're going to doubt the things that we did. We're going to wonder if the things that we have done was right. So much we're going to doubt ourselves. Trust me, I became more religious in those hard times with my children, looking for answers and questions about if I made the right decisions. Did my actions create any of my kids a struggle in life? Um, I understand that if there is something there, and I beg for forgiveness for those actions. But there's a story in Mark 6:48 where Jesus tells the disciples to go out on the boat and that he'll meet them on the other side. And a storm came up, and as the storm came, they got frightened, and the boat was rocking. And John 16:33 says that we will go through many storms, but take heart, I will overcome the storm. And that's what Jesus did when they were afraid, came in, calmed the storm for them. You know, just like every season, they will pass, and we'll get another chance again to do the right that we thought we did wrong. But I want to talk to you again and let you know and encourage you, you fellows out there that are raising children, or even you're and you don't know what you're doing, and you're double questioning yourself. You're a good father. If you're a single dad, and you'd only get your kids on the weekends and things like that, and you feel terrible about your situation and the time that you don't get enough of your children, but you use what you have the best you can. You're a good father. Don't beat yourself up. Today is a new day for you. I want to encourage you that today is a new day, and there's always a new season. And in those real heavy storms of raising these kids, because we have them, Jesus said that he will come in and he will overcome the storms for us. But those every seasons that we go through has a purpose. There's a purpose we're going through it. But there have been so many times that I've went through these and wondered to myself, man, what was going on here? Sometimes I just believe that God is doing this not for the kids, but for us, so that we can grow and be prepared for the next step for our children, to be able to answer the questions when it's our turn, when they ask. For the fathers, for those young men out there that are wanting to become a father or will be a soon to be father, those guys, good luck. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. um, just listen. There's nothing better. There was something about when my children were born in the hospital. I was so excited, couldn't sleep. I couldn't wait to get them home. And when I got them home and I laid that little one on my chest and lay down on the couch or the bed or on the chair, and they lay there and rested and curled up in that little blanket, and they're still kind of folded up, and you're holding them there. They got the little cap on their head, and you just feel like you're telling them everything's going to be okay. You don't have every answer for it, but you know right here and there, from this point on, they're going to be okay. And you're going to do whatever you can to best of your ability to take care of them. There's no rule to how what's done. Okay. There's the script on being a father is too broad, or the brush is too broad to paint with, because we all have different ways of doing it. But we do understand certain things that the requirements of being a good father. And if you are reaching for them to be in their lives and letting them know you love them and keeping the door of communication open, I think that's probably one of the number one things with your kids. Because as much as we want to lie to them and say everything's okay, they know. They know. I mean, even like kids know when I'm lying behind a yes of something like "Is everything okay?" And I go, "Yeah, everything's fine." And it's not. They know. They know. So understand that. But I tell you what, there is no greater reward than raising children. There isn't. There really isn't. I mean, I got 3. If I could afford more, I would have had more. I know my wife would have wanted more, that's for sure. Um, and it's been a joy, and it's a joy to be able to share with you, and I'll have more to share about my own. But, tomorrow, before that, again, this our little topic here is about you guys being great fathers, and I want you to remember that today. I want you to remember that going forward. I want you to remember that if you struggle and you mess up, there's nothing wrong without saying, "I'm sorry" to your kids. There's nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, you'll get a whole lot further with them with an apology and letting them know that you acknowledge when you're wrong and you own it. I'm learning that too as a father. Just read a book. Oh, what is it? Right here. Extreme Ownership. Jocko's book. It's really good. For me personally, I know it was built more on like building a leadership and a office for those that have teams and all, but individually, I really enjoyed the book and to be able to use that. Jocko, phenomenal book. As I drive to work, I listen to audiobooks. Love audiobooks. Um, can't get enough of 'em, man. Everything over here. I've listened to them on audio and then bought the book because I just wanted to have it. Um, except with comics. I read those. But I think that we all should read more materials for ourselves or a church group for men's growth or a men's service. I think those are important to be a part of as well, to share, to listen, to absorb what they have and see what works for you. Better in yourself. Taking this gun class, man, I'm gonna take my ugly headset with me anyway, because it's only gonna be me and him. And in my ridiculousness, I'm gonna figure out how this works. I don't even know what this is. I think it goes here to help load. That's what it looks like. Okay, don't make fun of me. I'm trying. Okay, because the more you practice, the better you become, and that's what's going to happen. By the time I'm done with this, hopefully I'll have it down and I'll sound much smarter. I'll be much more confident with with a handgun. I can't wait to toy around with it and build some up and to learn more about him. I actually can't wait to clean it. But I bet you after I do that a couple times, I'm gonna hate it because that's the part that no one wants to do. Everyone wants to shoot it, but they don't want to clean it. It's like eating it. Yeah, I like to eat. I don't really like doing dishes, but um, we'll see. Tomorrow starts training, so I'm on track, taking the class. I'm gonna become a better man for myself, better protector in my home. That's how I feel. And then I'll start the gym too. I can't wait for that. And again, I'm gonna share my steps with you. I'm nervous about the gun class. I'm not scared of the handgun. I'm just nervous because I'm unsure, and I'm excited to do this. I hate crowds, man. I'm so glad this is one on one, and it just worked out that way. I didn't ask for it. It's what he had, and it worked. Ah, so stay tuned for that. Before I go, guys, one more time. You're a good father. Just remember that this week as you're going through whatever you might go through with your kids. It's something that you're struggling with or anything. Give them a hug. Tell them you love them. And just remember, you're a good father. And then my next one, the next show I do, can't wait. I'll have an update on me in the Pew Pew and magazine. And what this is, I'm going to have to Google it and find out more about it. And my ridiculously orange earmuffs. I'm not putting them on. So don't even think about that. Thanks for listening. Talk with you guys later. See ya.